so that was, nice, but totally. No, but I'm saying.
Whoa! Hey!
I'm not saying nice, but I'm saying
she's got the microphone, Justin. You have to be quiet.
So, because normally it's just like mostly women, and so that was good. But to sidetrack a bit, seriously, when they put the turkey on the ice, I just I thought that was, fine. Well, I don't know. I just that's a lot of cleanup. Like there's no one fell. Of course, someone is going to fall. That turkey is going to fall apart way more than it did. And
yes.
It was just annoying. But at least everyone wore a helmet. So
yeah, safety first.
Safety first.
Safety first.
I don't follow soccer. You know this. And when the World Cup started, Haaland from Norway, he'd been vlogging, and I actually kind of first caught wind at him because he was going to some of the Hurricanes games during the Stanley Cup finals, and he was there watching the hockey, and he was getting into it. He has this vlog, so I was like, man, this guy's like a fucking character. He just seems like a sweet dude. He's a fucking Viking. He's just a truck on the field. And
except he plays for
and then I started
Man
watching
City.
some of his highlights and stuff, and some of the shit, like a lot of guys dive and fall over. He makes contact, he'll stay on his feet and just keep going, and he just plays like a fucking dog, and I love it. Mm-hmm. And one of the coolest things in that their round of 16 game, he got the 2 goals, of course. But in soccer, when people score, and even in hockey they do it, there's big sellies. Like for me, and especially in hockey, I love if it's a big goal, like a big celebration. I don't know, it fires you up, it fires up your team, it fires up the bench, it fires up the crowd, it fires up the people watching at home. Like it brings that energy. And so I like that. And you get used to in soccer, usually after people score, it's like they run to the corner and they slide, or they kick the flag, or they jump up and do swee. I just love, this guy scores.
A little more bass
some
in
of the
that.
biggest goals of his career, he scores and he just turns and he's just jogging, and he's just got this mean mugging look on his face,
smirk.
Just this smirk, this swag, and he's got this strut, and his teammates are jumping on his back. He's got fucking 5 guys hanging off his back, and he's still just walking, staring up at the crowd with this just this fucking look on his face. And I'm like, man, this guy is all attitude. I just love the way he plays.
Yeah.
He brings this whole other element that I don't see out of too many soccer players when I'm watching football matches, So it's I've been really drawn to him, and yeah, so he's been a huge highlight for me. And when you see him walking in some of the cliffs, and he's got his shirt off, and he's hunched over and his arms are out, and he just is an animal, man. And I love it. I'm this is what gets me excited about soccer. I'm rooting for Norway. I know it's a long shot for them, but when I see that, I'm this is what I want to see. This is the kind of fucking swagger that I like.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed. I was waiting for a gap, but clearly, Justin, you're fanboying over Haaland. Do you know his little song? Haaland.
Scotland, no pun.
Haaland. I'm not going to sing the rest of it because he plays for fucking Man City, and I'm not going to celebrate that. But for Norway,
but he's not playing for Man City right now, man.
But yeah, I know. That's why I'm see, I don't know if you guys are like this with hockey, where you'll cheer for a player that you like on Team Canada, but fucking hate their domestic club side.
Yeah, Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Hate him with a passion, unless he's wearing a fucking maple leaf, and then I absolutely love him.
There you go. The same with Haaland.
There's multiple guys like that.
You know how happy I am that you guys are fucking getting into the World Cup. It's clearly Shao was very much into it, even though he didn't, You called me daddy. You're like, why'd you call me daddy? Justin's the daddy.
I'm daddy. You called him daddy?
He called me daddy in the chat because I was like,
that's
now you
sweet.
see why I love this game. And he's like, oh, chill daddy or whatever he said.
It was a GIF that it's like my favorite GIF is the guy saying "Daddy chill." It's like one of my favorite things. But yeah, you're right. I do usually get into the World Cup. I will watch it. I think this year in particular, I'm more invested in I guess some of the. Is it even the right word? The storyline, or I guess some teams' histories and stuff like that. And
The controversies around this World Cup are overshadowing the game at the moment, and it's all politically influenced, which is specifically
It's got
written into the
people
rules.
talking, it's got people fucking watching, tuned
Oh, yeah.
in.
I mean, I part of the reason why I enjoyed watching the U.S. lose was I was looking forward to seeing what people were gonna say after. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking forward to seeing, well, we lost because blah 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 blah, and I'm like, well, first of all, you already got that red card lifted. Whatever. There's a lot of favors already in your side, but then just to get smacked 4-1, and then I saw this guy saying, well, they won, but do Belgians have this? And they posted like a picture of like a jet,
Beyonce?
like a war jet, just to show off like how the U.S. military is like better than Belgium's military. And I was like, what is this argument?
Well, that was what I thought was funny. Is like
That was the stupidest thing in the world.
Trump got his nose in there, and then he didn't respond afterwards. But the day afterwards, there was a massive airstrike on Iran. So I was like, that's his retaliation. It's like, oh, fucking Belgium, bomb something, just bomb
some brown
something.
guys.
Yeah, exactly. When people play here, when they play here, where do they practice? Do they practice at this stadium on like off days or something like that, or
There's
do
a
they?
facility by where I live where they practice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Killarney, that was part of the deal. They had to have so many practice facilities, so they put Killarney Community Center in that area. They put it through a huge renovation, and they redid the outdoor field and track. It's actually really nice. And then they built I think it's an indoor practice facility. Yeah.
I would have assumed they were gonna use like UBC or something. I don't know, but I'm not really sure.
They would have had to have changed UBC's turf to
It
grass.
was Killarney and another one. I forget the other one. I want to say. Let's go to skate park Kensington. I could be making shit up though. Not Kensington. Anyways, but yeah, they do have practice facilities for them for sure.
Unless you're the Irani team in the US, and then
Well, they had to practice in Mexico.
fly in and out within 24
Yeah.
hours.
We'll give
Anyway,
you 4-hour visas.
if that.
I just also love how people are so like the players from other countries coming here to the U.S. maybe for the first time, just being introduced to a lot of different fast foods and ranch sauce.
I was gonna say they're running
and,
out of ranch.
dressing rather.
Yeah.
And there's some people who are like really into. There's someone that was really into Fat Burger or something. Do you guys ever have Fat Burger? There was one by Vancouver Film School. It was kind of like close to there. It's not really on. It's not really on campus. It was kind of off campus. But oh wait, hold on.
You're thinking of Fat Burger. Did I totally just miss your segue?
Yeah, you did.
How? What? Okay, what was it? Oh, off
The best
campus.
thing-
Off campus.
The best thing was
Off
seeing Justin.
campus.
No one can see it. You guys are listening, but no one can see Justin's realization moment. His head just hanging down
Just
in
dropped.
utter disappointment and disgust. But there it is.
I was just
such a
thinking about
natural seed
hamburgers.
that Hayden missed it. And
It was good.
In case you missed it, we are talking about the rest of the show, Off Campus, a show that is on Amazon Prime, 8-episode series that Hayden picked out for us. We talked about episodes 1, 2, and is it 1 and 2?
We just did episode 1 last week.
Oh, we just did episode 1. My apologies.
And then you made the executive decision to just run through the rest of them for this week.
Because I wanted to get it over with as soon as possible. Now,
and now you're wishing you didn't.
We did plow through episode 2 to 8. I did it all in a couple days.
There was a lot of plowing through episodes 2 and 8.
There was a lot of plowing.
Both on and off. Anyways, go ahead, Shao.
No, I was also going to add on to that. It was a lot more dong that I expected to see as well, and I did not, because Hayden was like, "Oh, it gets way better after episode 3," and then I see why Hayden liked it so much.
Yeah, right. Hayden's like, trust me, it gets better, guys. It gets better.
You're lucky my microphone cut out then for like 30 seconds. I was like, you talked so much about how much you loved that opening nude scene from Garrett. I was like, just you wait, it gets better.
Wait, who talked about who liked that?
You did. Shao did. You did. You said.
I didn't talk about how I liked it. I talked about how it was too much and unnecessary, and how the only reason I was okay with it.
What you actually said was, Kate saw that scene and was like, "This is what she sees every time you shout." That's what you said.
I said, we can check the tape because I actually just listened to the episode.
Lay it back.
That I'm okay with it because that's what Kate sees every time she sees me in the shower anyways.
Yeah, see, so
I
it
didn't
was
say
just,
I liked it. I said I'm okay with it.
So it was just Shao that liked it.
I thought I said I hated it, but I digress.
Make it
I
dumb.
can see. Okay. Let's just get into it because there's a lot to cover. There's 7 episodes to cover, and we're not going to go through the story or whatever. I can understand why Hayden said that after episode 3, it gets quote unquote better. I think for me, because I knew it was 8 episodes, I thought the arc was gonna be the whole time them getting through whatever their deal is, right, from episode 1 to 8. But then they kind of get together after episode, I think midway through 4 or something like that. But then they also have a few episodes where they focus on another storyline that I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, why do I even
Setting
care
up a
about
season 2?
Why do I even care about their Thanksgiving deep fried turkey party that doesn't really serve any purpose?
It was an
at all?
orphan's Thanksgiving. I did a Christmas one of those with Justin my first year in Vancouver.
That's great, but what does that have to do with the fucking story? It didn't. Whatever, right? This just okay. And then so the whole thing with the whole storyline with
turkey. I just want to say, I also fucked up the turkey. I didn't start a fire. Yeah. We can get into that story after. Sorry, continue.
And then the other story that sets up season 2, as Hayden was alluding to, was the Allie character, her best friend, who wants to be an actress and who hooked up with her boyfriend to sleep around with the Maverick dude, and then now the second season has a lot to do with her and how she slept with this other dude who got called in to play for the hockey team, who is struggling because Garrett got suspended for beating the shit out of the guy who essayed the main girl. I can't even remember her name.
He also got suspended because he did the open training with the Bruins, and they couldn't determine whether it was during practice or after practice. Like, you're suspended. Your team has to win all remaining games to win.
Win or tie, can't lose.
Yes. So
much drama.
Overall, did anyone look up if they already signed on for season 2? Is it a green lit thing?
It's green lit.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, we don't have to watch it. It's just been green lit. I can clearly tell that you guys didn't even take your own hang-ups and put them aside just to enjoy it for what it was. I knew it wasn't going to...
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Why? I think it's not fair that you both came in with prejudices before we'd even gotten into it.
I didn't. My prejudice came after watching the first fucking episode, Hayden.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, after that first episode, you're like, fuck this. I'll watch it because Kate
listen,
wants to
but,
watch
hey,
it.
listen, and then we binge the next 7. But I just want to say, listen,
You
Our
probably
job-
binged it. Shao
our
struggled
job-
through it.
is to watch something and be critical of it, enjoy it if we enjoy it. You call them hang-ups, but if they're hang-ups, then that's something I don't enjoy. Like, why?
Oh,
that's
so you
like
did enjoy
saying-
it.
What?
Continue your thought. Continue your thought.
saying,
I
like,
jumped in the gun before you even had a chance to tell me whether you did like it or not.
Oh, I haven't said whether I like it or not. I haven't said, because like anything, yeah, there's things about it I liked, but there was also things about it I didn't like. Did it capture me enough in one season to be excited and want to watch a second season? We can maybe address that at the end of the episode. But yeah, no, there's definitely things about it I didn't really like. I'll tell you this right now before, because I kind of want to hear your thoughts on it, Hayden. When we were going into the final episode of it, I said to Kate, okay, because I didn't know what they were going to leave as cliffhangers for a season 2, or like I didn't know what they were going to wrap up and what they weren't going to wrap up. And so as it went into the final episode, I said, look, this is what, like, they got to give me this. I want to see more hockey. I want to feel more like hockey is a part of this show. And she better have the fucking song. And she better do the song. And it better be fucking good. Because if they do it and they don't have the song and you know, and there's a lot about the hockey stuff and how they used it in the series I really did not like. And I don't know if it's just like having grown up playing it and still playing it now and coaching, like there's things that I was like, because a lot of what we talk about, and especially when we're watching shows that aren't necessarily drama, is you have to be able to believe the story, what's happening, whatever it is. And we talked in previous ones where I said I was able to suspend my belief because the story was so good and not like I was okay with certain things happening. In this one, there's a lot of things that happened that I was just like, man, like this just wouldn't happen. And I get it's a show, and sometimes in shows I can be more forgiving because it has enough there for me that I can be like, I can let that go. It doesn't bother me. But this one, it just seemed like little things that might seem insignificant just kind of irked me. And especially when it came to the hockey.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's something that irked me as well where I know technically this is not a hockey show. Okay, I get that. I know hockey has a lot to do with it, but it's not a hockey show, I wouldn't say. Even though season 2 seems like it's more going to be hockey forward, but for example, the second last episode or whatever it was when he actually does play against the team with the guy who assaulted Hannah. Justin, I don't know if you noticed this. Did you notice their face-off? That the guy doesn't even move his stick. When it's a top-down shot of a face-off, and you have Garrett winning the face-off, but the other guy's stick is just there. I'm like, can you not even fake it a little bit so you're doing a face-off? I know these little things. I know, like exactly what Justin said. It's not a hockey show per se, but when you're doing a hockey play or hockey,
non-hockey fans wouldn't notice it.
Sure,
for them to be irked by it, but people who know the game want it to be believable.
But even when Wendy was watching it, because I forced her to watch it with me, she said, "Why isn't that guy moving?" I'm like, I don't know. But these little things, and I understand it's hard to get action on the rink because everyone's moving at their own thing, unless it's specifically very, very much choreographed. It's hard to get the continuity. It's hard to get action. It's hard to
do an overhead and let him play. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know
So
what you mean. Yeah, there's difficulties with filming it for sure.
yeah. So there's that. But then yeah,
I
there's just
also
a
think
lot
they
of
could
little
have made the
things.
lead. It seemed like they made the lead more based on like Hayden. I'm gonna let you go after this because otherwise we could keep going on this. We're not even talking about the story yet. We're just talking about the hockey. Like, but I just feel like
It's the one thing I said you would enjoy, the hockey in
Yeah.
it.
and we didn't. It's what we enjoyed.
Let's watch this one. It's got hockey.
um, but that many dicks out in a locker room, it's like, yeah, okay, that's believable. The I was like, I think they could have made got a lead that was maybe as good at acting and had the look they were looking for, but was also a better hockey player. Like I think was it Logan who, when Garrett was suspended, you actually saw more hockey clips in like that sequence, that last episode when he's suspended. And I was like, oh man, he's actually doing there's actually some skilled stuff here. Like it actually looks decent, like believable enough for college hockey. Whereas you didn't see that with the lead. And even when you saw him on the ice sometimes, like he just didn't look like he is a top draft pick of the Boston Bruins. So I feel like they lost a bit there. Oh, where are you going, Kate? Hey. Oh.
No, just to piggyback on that a little bit. There is a scene. Do you remember where Hannah wants to confess her love to him, so goes to the arena and plays or sings her song into the system.
Yeah.
And that scene, the only person on the ice was Garrett, and he's practicing slap shots. Yeah. And I was like, why is he wearing a helmet when he's whatever, right? But I think it's also because he can't play hockey very well, and so he has someone wearing a hockey double, and it's easier to fake when you have a helmet and a cage, so you don't see his face. That's kind of what I took away from it, but that's besides the point. That scene also, it's like, wow, so they just happen to have everything hooked up already, and she can just grab the mic and sing into it. Okay, anyways, I digress.
That's a PA system,
it's a movie or TV show.
Yeah, I know, and we're getting bogged down in the
nitty gritty.
Not the story. We're getting because there is stuff I want to talk about the story, and some of it is positive. I'm not gonna sit here and just bash this fucking thing because there were.
It ain't no paradise.
But yeah, Hayden, let's throw it to you. I'm gonna call Kate down here because she probably wants to hear somebody talk positively about it for a change. So yeah, Hayden, what do you like?
I just want to say quickly, one of the stipulations of us doing this show was that Shao requested that Kate come back for this episode. Does she have
yes.
10 words to say on what she liked about the show?
She did agree to do it. She did agree.
Does she have a rating? What's her overall rating for the show? She doesn't have to say anything else other than I loved it, I hated it.
I told you were going to get called out on this episode, so you better get down here.
You can just let her know. I just want to hear her overall score, her score for the show.
So Hayden said one of the stipulations of us for Shao for finishing this all in one go was that you were going to be back on here, and you were and going to give you your thoughts. So Hayden, go ahead, ask Kate. She's just off camera here. I'm going to hand her the microphone. I might steal it back if I don't like what she's saying.
So
please don't ask her about all the penises. Go ahead, Hayden, ask her.
No, I was just going to say, hi, Kate. How are you? I want to know what your... Just very briefly, what your overall feelings were of the show. Did you enjoy it or not? We'll start with that.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I thought when they had a few of the more intimate scenes or like close talks, that the camera was because it was a normal distance, but then it would go really close and then stop, and it just didn't feel like I feel like it could have been more natural. I don't know. Maybe I should have commented when we were watching it, but so that kind of threw me off, and
It's an inside thing for Hayden. He knows.
Shao here, a longtime fan. I was just wondering if after the first episode, you were pretty ecstatic about the first episode. Did that feeling change later on? Because I was telling the boys earlier that I was a little thrown off the fact that they got together so early, and then they kind of, we knew that there was going to be a point where they would fight and maybe break up or whatever, and then the journey would be to get them getting back. That's kind of the overall recipe or kind of the predictable part of this. So so after the first episode, did you like where it went story wise?
yeah, I liked how it when it was finished, when the couple broke up. The main couple, don't do it. When the main couple broke up, and then they kind of switched into what character do they call it? A supporting character?
Into the other potential couple.
Yeah,
It's like she knows things, Justin. Because she does.
I like that transition, and it was interesting because there was a lot of deep things. It wasn't just one thing. It was like she had a thing. They all kind of have their things, and it's going deeper than just the surface level. So that piece I liked. It was just there was some, like, the camera that was off. Yeah.
Right. It's a creative choice. Creative choices.
That's wow. I never took you for such a good critic. I just want to. I want to. Can I do the first follow up?
Of course, yes, as long as it's got to do with deeper, because I know that you love
what did you
the
think
term
about the hockey?
deeper.
What did you think about the hockey? No, okay, so we'll let somebody else. No, I'm kidding. I agree. That is something that I did like. There was a lot of elements to it.
Well, I'm just going to go straight into hockey. I thought the hockey was really good. It was a lot better. However, I did notice there was one shot where I think I caught a glimpse of how the main character, what is his name? Garrett.
Garrett, yes.
Yes. How he actually skates. And he's not super stable, I don't think. And I was like, oh, that's what it.
I think you might have handed Kate the microphone backwards there, Justin. So now you're.
Oh, she just took it backwards.
I thought you just wanted to be just like the rest of us and have a mistake with the microphone. Anyway, okay. See, very good points. Very good points. I feel like you guys were hung up a little too much on the authenticity of the hockey, which is fair enough. If you go into it thinking that that's an element that you want to be accurate, and I get it, I understand it. I am not going to put something in a film unless it's something that I've got somewhat of a skill at or an understanding of, or get people that can do it. So I feel you on that one, but I didn't want you guys to get so hung up on it that you wouldn't even care about the rest of the elements of the story.
that for me, that's not at all the thing.
Good.
I felt there was good arc. I'll talk positively about it now. I still haven't heard what you thought, Hayden.
That's because you keep.
But positively for me, there were some good arcs. One thing I liked as a man watching it is that I felt like in a lot of other shows, there would have been moments where they would have made the guy in certain situations turn out to be the bad guy or do something bad or sleep around. You know what I mean? Like do something. I felt like even like Dean, the blonde, who's like this ladies' man's player, sleep around, never have girlfriends. It was never bad to girls, but like that's just who he was. Like I felt like there's a lot of opportunity where they could have made him into like more of like that greasy sort of like women are masturbation tools for me. You know what I mean? And I felt like they didn't really do that. Like I felt like he even kind of started to get a little bit of depth. And so that is one thing I liked from that point. They all were dealing with their own like really heavy situation. I liked how Hannah was strong in hers, where she's like, "Look, like Garrett up front, like this has happened to me. I've moved on. I've grown. Like I'm moving forward in my life, and that was hard for him to understand and accept. But I like that how like she was like kind of this strong woman, and yes, she did have her downfall at the end where everything was kind of collapsing, but it wasn't. She didn't let that take over her life at this point in her life in the story where we're seeing her. So I like that. Like there's these elements of like real strength to people and these characters having been through these things instead of weakness, which is what sometimes writers and filmmakers tend to do is like the you see like the weakness instead of the strength. So I really feel like they highlighted the strengths in a lot of areas. Yeah. So those are some positive things that I felt about it, and I liked the song at the end. I thought it was a fucking banger. Her song. I was like, damn. Like I was like, it's got to be better than the one they're doing. But I thought it'd be
Yellow
like,
Haze.
it's like,
come on.
it's okay.
Yellow Haze.
Yeah, Yellow Haze. Like I was expecting it to be like, okay, like I can accept this as like, it's for a TV show. Like how good of a song is it going to be? But I was like, man, they really kind of did do a lot and gave it even the musically like a lot of layers and adding the hockey and the pucks and the, so I was like, man, like they actually did a pretty good job with that.
I have a question for both of you. What did you guys think of, or even all three of you? What did you guys think of Hunter, the guy who got brought in to help the team? Because, Justin, do you have any initial thoughts on him as an actor?
Well, initially when they were talking about Hunter Davenport, I said to Kate, I was like, Davenport, I know that name. And so
Right.
I was like, I feel like I recognize that name from hockey. And I don't think they're using a real person.
No, I don't think so either.
I just recognize it. And it could even, anyways, not as a character, but as an actor.
Yeah.
I guess he's kind of like the slimy character that maybe I thought Dean would be at the start of the series. Just that sort of like rich, greasy fucking slime ball guy. Oh wait, not as a character though, as an actor.
Yeah,
Have I seen him in anything before?
Well, funny you ask because at first I was like, there's something about this actor that it's kind of. There's a scene at the bar where he and Allie were just having a drink and they start making out at the bar.
Yeah.
And that scene kind of like just watching him like this guy is. I can't tell if I like him or dislike him. Turns out he's Jeremy from Paradise. The kid that you hated from Paradise. Yeah, it's the same dude.
Oh my god, it's Jeremy from Paradise.
Yes.
No fucking way. Well, he was better in Paradise season 2. Paradise season 2 wasn't better, but he was better.
Yeah,
it was too. Oh my god. You know what? I was wondering why he didn't have very many speaking lines. I get it now.
Yeah.
What did you think, Kate?
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
I was like, this is just awkward at the beginning. I'm like, I don't. But I mean, like, I tend to feel awkward when those awkward situations happen. Not that they're happening to me, but
Justin. Ooh, yo. Hunter does have a killer bod, though, hey, Kate?
That's all the answer we need.
Yeah, your silence is louder than you think. Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, that was the connection I wanted to make. It is that it's Jeremy from Paradise. That yeah. So his acting chops, I think, did improve since a few years ago. With maybe he listened to the podcast and heard what Justin had to say about his little rally the troops speech, and then took some acting lessons or something. Now let's throw it to Hayden and let's hear what all the good he has to say about this show.
Okay, I finally get to talk something, and that's the episode over. But no, so okay, so what I was saying last week was that I knew kind of exactly what type of show this was going to be, and it did turn out to be that type of show, but I enjoyed it anyway. And there were elements of it that were creative elements, not so much story elements. I'll get to that in a bit, but story-wise, they changed it up enough to make it entertaining to watch, if that makes sense. So there were, like, we were led to believe that, I can't remember characters' names for the life of me, but like the best friend was, she broke up with a on-again, off-again boyfriend, and then she calls him, and we're like, oh, so she's doing exactly what she said she wouldn't do. Turns out she's calling Dean. And we see that they're like, it was a really good way, I thought, of storytelling, of introducing a secondary relationship, which ultimately we see kind of takes over a couple of episodes at the end there. And I'm like, this is definitely, they're going to be the main focus of a second season. So I enjoyed that, and they played around with some cinematic style, like split screen stuff, especially when they were, when Hannah and Garrett were going through their breakup stuff and they're mirror imaging their woefulness apart. So, but it was done creatively, and that's what I enjoyed watching. I was like, yeah, it's ticking all the boxes of like soapy melodrama, but I laughed it up and I enjoyed the way that it was shot. Because I knew what was coming. I knew the breakup was gonna come, but I was like, I'm interested in how they resolve it. How's the writing going to approach it? Same with, and it's funny, you guys haven't once mentioned how good the dad was.
Good? The dad was?
There we go. No, I'm not just kidding. The one time that he actually, the actor, actually got to open up as an actor, I feel like he was forced too much from direction to be like, I'm not a bad dad, I'm a good dad, I'm just looking out for you, son. I feel like
I didn't believe him at all. I didn't believe him.
That's what I mean.
That honest? Is he like he was yeah, it was terrible.
I know he's a good actor, but his material, and I think the direction of him was literally like a paint by numbers just to get him through the scenes. The only time where he ever actually got to turn it up to something that felt somewhat authentic was after, when Garrett had the fight on the ice and he's like, that's some real hockey. Like, that was the only time where I actually saw any kind of realness behind his performance as the dad.
So Kate was reaching for that mic. Holy cow. I'm going to give it to her. I just want to say, even if you're not given much in your dialogue, you can still be a good actor. Like, you can still take what you're giving and perform it authentically.
No, I know.
I disagree with you. I thought when he came out and did that, I thought this is some cheesy ass fucking acting. Honestly, that's what I thought at that moment.
No, but I know, but it was like the only time where you could see that he was actually putting something into the delivery of it. The rest I thought
do I have to go back and
but then
watch
it still wasn't good. It still wasn't good delivery.
I'm not saying that it was good or
I mean.
bad. I was just like, it was better than all of his other passiveness beforehand, It all the before stuff I felt was like a one hit, like there was one direction and not the band. There was one direction given.
The band would have done better. We were talking about the dad.
The dad. I felt like he was a one note player. He was just always like, I'm looking out for you. I don't hit you, whatever. But anyway, if Kate's got something to say, I'll let her have some final words before we wrap it up.
Oh, okay. You're wrapping it up now. Yeah.
No. You've got.
Okay.
Yeah, Kate's
'Cause I-
doing our wrap up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I just want to hear what your thoughts were, Kate.
Well, yeah, it was off to me.
She's just like
but-
me.
Yeah.
But it was. Now I'm kind of making sense of it. Is that essentially he was always trying to hold back, and even when they were at the dining room table eating, and then Garrett noticed the bruise, and they had that moment. Or no, she was cold. His fiance was cold, or wife. And then he's like, go upstairs and get a sweater. And he kind of said it like aggressively. So I feel like maybe he had direction to hold back a lot.
There was subtle
Suppress the
suppressed
emotions.
in a
Yeah,
way.
suppress everything. Suppress it.
Yes. Yes.
But yes.
I mean, yes.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I guess the thing with
Good point.
his character, the thing with his character is like you as an audience you see him as a nicely put together gentleman kind of thing, and then you hear Garrett's side of what he is and what kind of monster he is. But then when you see him on screen, obviously there's a contrast. He looks very timid and gentle and stuff until you see the bruises, until you see the evidence and all that stuff. And that little scene, that scene with that you're talking about where he brings out his acting chops. Yeah, I thought it was a good opportunity because it's a one-on-one, blah, blah, blah. His son is kind of calling him out and stuff, and he just kind of almost just... I feel like there could have been more from his performance. Yeah,
No,
that's...
like, just to me, I was like, is he being sarcastic? Is he, like, I don't... Like, it was not believable.
Like, pick a side.
And then it was like, no,
He was like
yeah,
hating
like,
on the fence.
I'm being serious. Sometimes, sometimes that just builds up, and you just gotta let it out. I was like, man, motherfucker, like, hit me with some hard shit, bro. Like, come on, perform for me. Dance
Watch it
like
again.
As a hockey
Watch it
legend, I didn't
again.
buy it.
Yeah, he's a hockey legend, man. Fire him up. It's your son. He's just suspended. You see, he's down and out. Like, if this is like you're proud of him, like, and Garrett, when you first heard it sounded like it's the first time he's ever heard his dad say he's proud of him. And it's like, fucking pump his tires.
Yeah. No,
Okay, we clearly
there's
watched the
there's some
scene
sort of
completely different eyes.
I think I might have to watch it again. I just because I think if you're a hockey legend, not only a hockey legend, but you're a Boston Bruins legend.
Rangers. He played for the Rangers.
Oh, sorry, Rangers. You have to have some sort of like.
And the era he played in too.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like more the era where it's more rough and tumble. You fight, you whatever, right? You kind of have to have a little bit more of a chip off your shoulder kind of background, and that could have been a more interesting dynamic to have on that character. I feel like he's almost playing it as like a Trevor Linden or like a Wayne Gretzky, that kind of level of whatever, which kind of makes it a little bit boring to me. But I'm not sure if that's what they wanted out of this actor or this character or whatever. But I thought there could have been way more to be done by the actor or that character in general. Anyways,
And you're very well right. It could have been a director or writing problem, and I have nothing to judge this guy off of except for what I've seen him in this, and it was not good in my opinion. Was there anything for you guys? We talked about this when we did the Burrows, because the Burrows left some unanswered questions and some that were pivotal. So as we get into wrapping up here, and Hayden, if you got more, because I feel like you've barely talked this episode. So
yeah,
there's
too much to rant about, so apologize.
It was a ranty episode, but I know they set it up for a season 2. For me, they answered a lot of the questions. Like I said, like I was saying to Kate, I want to see the song. I want to see more hockey. I want to see kind of the outcome. Like, I want to see storylines wrapped up, and I felt like they did a good job of wrapping everything up. But did we ever find out how his mom died? Like, I don't remember ever finding out. And then he does say that one line at one point where he says, like, I couldn't stop it in time. And I was like, wait a minute. Did I miss something? And maybe I'm just overthinking it, but did he allude to that, like, his dad beat his mom to death, or like beat her so much she commits suicide? Like, did we ever find out how his mom died?
I think it was a one-line throwaway. She had like cancer. Like, it's like really very, very quick.
Oh,
So his issues with his dad and he couldn't stop it in time was more to do with the domestic violence side of things than to stop her from.
yeah, I just didn't know if the domestic violence led to her death.
No,
like
I think
took
it
her own
yeah.
life or whatever.
I think it's one of those issues where the novel would probably have more time to get into it, but in a TV show they're just like,
Should read the book.
just give us
Wanna read the book?
give us one line of dialogue and everyone will remember
Book
it.
club. Right.
But yeah, I think they do mention it very, very, very quickly. But I understand the confusion with that. You're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
just
there
because
were,
that one line he said, I was like, did I miss something valuable or
right.
vital? Or maybe they're setting up like, and then in the next season they'll get into more depths of their relationship. Oh,
You're probably resting your eyes.
Mm.
and she
Mm.
says,
I do that a
"Resting your
lot."
eyes."
Wow. Getting called out. I like it. I don't think there were that many things that I had questions on compared
Like,
to the Burrows.
is
and
it
stuff
almost
like that.
over? Is it almost
That's
over?
most. Yes, that's. I kept having to check how much time's left on the little bar there, but I okay. What I do like, okay, before I
Oh,
stop talking the rest of the thing.
Ooh, Shao likes something. Here we go.
It's not what you think. But what I like is the whole setup. The first few episodes was Hannah trying to. Her goal was to get closer with was his name Justin, the musician,
Yeah.
and got to the point where she just straight up said nope, and then goes with uh, Garrett. And then I thought there would be some sort of rivalry or some sort of aftermath of them three together, but they just kind of just tossed it off. They just kind of they had a scene together where all three of them were together, and then they're saying bye like, "Just here, bro." That that kind of thing. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad that I don't have to sit through that kind of thing. And I like how they settled it, moved on. You don't have to make this just a little bitch or anything to like kind of like weasel his way in. I guess you can say that he kind of stole the song and made it his own or whatever, but it's a really small part of it, I thought, and I appreciated that, so I didn't have to look.
You know, I'm 100% with you, because for how cliche it was in a lot of like the melodrama and young adults, teenager BS, like that sort of story. Like I was saying before, where they also went away from a lot of the super cliche things, like starting that little love triangle where that, or starting with like having the guys be greasy, or even the girls. Like, I felt there was a real underneath it all, there was a real truth to all the characters that they had, and that they followed that truth. And I like that they didn't go away from that. Yeah, they all had moments and struggles, but at the very like foundation is, I felt that from start to end, all these characters had a truth that didn't waver, if that makes sense.
lots of sense.
Now, Hayden, I know you have a lot to good things to say about this show, but anything negative you want to share with us?
Oh, please.
Anything negative?
To Hayden or Kate.
It would just quickly go back to what I literally was just saying, where there was a few scenes that seemed very rushed. They felt rushed. And I know you just mentioned...
so you wanted it longer. So you wanted it
I
longer.
did. Some of those moments you do need more time with. Kate, laugh into the microphone. We want to capture that. Ha, 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 ha. So I personally would prefer more moments in, but this is just okay. So Justin more so than you, Shao, has spent time with me on set and with how I tell stories. I am a sucker for living in a moment longer than comfortably is needed, because I find like the realness comes after. Now, not to say that they needed to hang in these moments for a long, long time. I just felt like some of them were just like super, super rushed. And I get it. You don't have enough time. Like you're like, okay, there's a whole novel and you get 8 episodes. Now go write it. Put in only the good parts that you need and make sure you set it up so that we can segue into a sequel season if we get picked up. So I understand the limitations of it. And that's where like old school networks where you used to get like 22 episode drama series like this, like the OC, like something like that is my bread and butter. I freaking love the OC. If this had stretched out like an OC series, I would have laughed it up. And you guys would have hated me for picking a 22 episode season. But Justin loves the OC, I can tell.
You love the OC?
The OC was freaking awesome.
I don't think I've watched it since I was about 18 or 19. So as a fucking 186-year-old man, I don't know if I'd still feel the same way about it. But it was one of those ones that I was like, really? Like this show? And then I watched it and I was like, couldn't get enough of it.
See, and that's because it had enough space to really pull you in. And I feel like this show could have a similar sort of thing if they don't lean so heavily into, I'm going to call it the Hallmark tropes, because that's what it is. Like, we see the same kind of story every Christmas and every Valentine's Day. But they, to me, so I know you asked what the negative things were. One of them was not living in moments long enough. 2, I felt like there was directions that I saw characters going, then they just didn't go that way. And it was like the best friend character. I was like, I felt him going one direction and then he swerved and went the other way. But then ultimately I did like the way that they kind of rounded out their conflict. But his story is also a really good one because he's obviously not a child of privilege, so he'd be interesting to explore more as well. I couldn't really fault it because I knew exactly what it was. It wasn't like there was a lot of really cringy scenes in it, but what was there was what I expected there to be. So I wasn't like, oh, why the fuck is this here? This doesn't fit in with this type of show. Oh, okay, here's one thing that I'll say really, really quickly. Really, really quickly. So Justin made a point of this last week where he said that a lot of TV shows will do this. They'll throw in tits and ass in the first episode to draw in a certain audience for a show, and then it'll disappear. So Shao's one of those, and he got a second coming at the end, no pun intended, when he got the naked locker room. But I felt like they did a really good job they just removed nudity entirely, but then randomly it just pops back in again when the best friend scene again, and I'm like, was that necessary? Like,
no,
I didn't think it was necessary to show it again.
You see half a nipple, like one boob, and like, yeah, that was. I'm like, why? Why is that? She's like half covered up, and you have one boob hanging out. I'm just like, did they stage it like that? Did they like plan it like that? Or was she like, you know what? Maybe she's like, maybe I want to,
Can I just do one take where I'm like hanging out a little bit?
Yeah. Kate?
Well, I mean, they did balance it because
did they show her other boob in another scene?
penises.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah.
So that was, nice, but totally. No, but I'm saying.
Whoa! Hey!
I'm not saying nice, but I'm saying
She's got the
balance.
microphone, Justin. You have to be quiet.
So, because normally it's just like mostly women, and so that was good. But to sidetrack a bit, seriously, when they put the turkey on the ice, I just like, I thought that was, I mean, fine. Well, I don't know. I just like, that's a lot of cleanup. Like, there's no one fell. Of course, someone is going to fall. That turkey is going to fall apart way more than it did. And
Yes.
it was just
Yes.
annoying. But at least everyone wore a helmet. So
Yes.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Safety first.
Safety first. But I will say on the flip side, because I know you're gonna like wrap it up soonish, is that okay? That I got. I mean, all in all, though, I did have like 3 like belly moments where I'm like, oh my goodness, they're getting together, and like that is rare on shows for me now because I thought it was like so that was exciting. I don't know for the 3 of you if that happens.
I will end on this.
He's not even going to let us get a
The
word
deep
in about
sigh.
that.
No, I will. This is answering you. And I kind of had a little bit of wall in between us because I get like, I cry watching Extreme Makeover Home Edition when it's like move the bus and the bus moves and there's like, I'm not a crier for sad things. I'm a crier for happy things.
Mm.
And so I probably spent the second half of the final episode just crying, just tears, because there are so many moments of acceptance when he spoke in front of the locker room to his team, when she spoke to her parents, when he spoke to her, when there's all these moments of like opening up and like
The song.
the song. Like there was no, I didn't cry during the song.
Alex and I both teared up at the song.
I
Shouts
was.
like, what the
Didn't you hear me sniffling? I was trying to hide it. I was wiping. So I did get emotional. Like it did pull on the heartstrings because I do like to see that. Like I'm a sucker for when like good things happen to good people. You know, I love that. When good things happen to good people, it makes me cry tears of joy. I'm an emotional person that way. And I will leave it at that. So that didn't answer your question directly about butterflies, but it did. It for how much I didn't like it, and I mean it. I don't really have any interest in watching a season 2, although I may be able to twist my arm. For how much I thought it was not to my likings of a show, what I would go seek out to watch, it did give me a lot of big feels in it. So I got to give credit to the writers. I got to give credit to the directors, to the actors, because it still did have those moments for me as an audience member.
How many thumbs up?
Yeah, let's get to the thumbsies.
Yeah, let's do the thumbs up, and then we'll get Kate to do the wrap up, the sign off. So I feel like I can't go less than I did because I gave it 1 thumb up. And because it did give me big feels, I feel like I can't give it more because there was still just a lot of things that were, and I know Hayden, like you said, like for the type of show it is, you go into it, you go in knowing like what type of show it is. So you kind of have to accept that when you are sitting down as an audience member, and I did accept that, but that still accepting that there's things about those type of shows I just aren't my cup of tea. So I'm going to stick with my 1 thumb up for it. It's a decent enough meet cute series that is a little bit deeper, but it's not something I'd be running out to people telling them they have to watch. So I'd give it, because it's only out of 2 thumbs, I'm going to give it in the middle. I'm going to give it just a 1 thumb up from me.
I thought last time I gave it 2 thumbs down, just because we have a thumb. It's a thumb scale, so you can go up or down. But so in that case, I agree. Everything Justin just said, I totally agree with. So without further explanation, I'm just gonna give it 1 thumbs down instead of 2.
Right on.
Oh.
I've upset Kate. Hayden.
I started with 2 thumbs up because I mean, I'll see if I change my ways
I remember.
down the future, but not everything is going to stay as a perfect show from the first episode. Not that it had a perfect setup, but like Justin said, it had a good meet cute, it had a good setup. I was excited to see how they would tread familiar tropes, which is when I approach this type of show, I'm like, I want to see how they do it the same and how they do it differently, what they do well and what they do poorly. So I'll stick with, not with 2 full thumbs up, but I'll give it a 1.5 thumbs up. I guess that would be 1 up and 1 sideways.
Okay. Like you're popping a zit.
Sort of like the locker room scene.
Yep. There it is.
1 up and 1 sideways. I wasn't paying that much attention to know how they were
I
hanging.
was not paying attention.
1 digit down. Digits down.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
All right.
yeah. So 1.5, 1 and 1 sideways thumbs from me. I enjoyed it for what it was, and I'm actually intrigued to see season 2. I'd like to see what characters they would follow. I'm actually also going to see if I can track down the books just to sort of see what was there. I'm sure they're a fairly easy read, but who knows? I might love the book. I might be like, this is dross and it's not for me, but who knows? I enjoyed the show. There was enough in it for me to enjoy the show, and I'm going to hand it to Kate so to hear her final thoughts and review of the show as well. Take it away, Kate.
Alrighty. Well, I'm a 1.5 thumbs. Yeah, 1.5 thumbs, like you, Hayden. And oh, well, I meant up. Like a thumb. Oh, sorry, a thumb up and a half. Yeah. And and that's about it. And so I was thinking that for my sign off, before saying signing off, that I would put it forward that maybe I could look into maybe a show to maybe join in. And I could put some suggestions forward.
Please.
And with that, I hope everyone has a great rest of their time.
And Kate, what do we say at the end of every episode?
Keep on thumbing on.
Keep on thumbing on.
Thumbing on. We have a new one.
People.